This is a mob farm. You can funnel in zombies, skeletons, or creepers, and then press this button right here. It's going to extend these pistons, which is going to start suffocating the mobs in there, and it's going to suffocate them for just the right amount of time to get them down to 1 health. So once they retract, you can see that I can kill them with 1 hit with a stone sword, or 2 hits with my fists. Now there's a hopper in there that's going to collect all the items, and then you can step forward and collect all the XP. So my name is the Funky Professor. I'm going to show you how this machine works and how to build it on today's episode of Funky Machines. So this is the machine that you just saw, but I replaced all of the blocks around it with some glass so you can kind of see what's going on here. Now I'm going to give you a quick overview of how the machine works, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to build it. So what we've got going on here is over here is where you would funnel in the mobs from. So maybe you would have a zombie spawner or a skeleton spawner, or maybe just a regular mob farm that brings the mobs onto this hopper. That's where you want to get them to. Now once they're on this hopper, when they die, their drops are going to go into this hopper and then into this chest out front so that we can collect them, and then you can just step forward in front of the chest to collect their XP. Now we've got the stairs in front of our hopper, and the reason that we've got that, and we've got the fence here as well, is so that we can still attack the mobs that are inside the machine without having to, break the fence or move anything around with pistons. We've got a clear line of sight right there, but the mobs aren't going to be able to hit us. Now moving right along, we've got just the basic piston mechanism right here. We've just got 2 sticky pistons next to the blocks, and that's what's going to push over onto the blocks that are above where the hopper is, and that's where the mobs are going to be standing, and that's what actually suffocates the mobs and gets them down to 1 HP. Now back here we've got the mechanism that pretty much runs the whole machine. This was made up by Ethos. This is an Ethos clock, and the way that this works is there's a certain amount of items in this hopper. You need 25 of an item that stacks to 64, and what this is going to do is when I press this button, it's going to move this redstone block over for just the right amount of time to get this mob down to 1 HP. So I'll kind of show you here. I'm going to press this button, and so it's going to turn that torch off, and you see it moved this redstone block over, and now these pistons are extended, and that would be suffocating the mob that's in there, and then you see it just retracted just like that. So that's a quick overview of kind of how the machine works. And now I'm going to show you all the mats that you're going to need and exactly how to build it. So here are all the items that you're going to need to build this machine. Now you're going to need a stack or 2 of blocks depending on how much you want to cover up. And then I like to use some different blocks to indicate which ones are going to be actually suffocating the mobs, but that's up to you. You're going to need 3 hoppers, 4 sticky pistons, 2 redstone comparators, 2 redstone dust, 1 block of redstone, 1 redstone torch, 2 regular chests, 1 button, it can be stone or wooden, 2 fence, whatever kind that you want, and 2 stairs, whatever kind that you want as well. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to want to place our chest, and then going into the chest, we're going to place our hopper. Now this is where all of our mobs are going to be standing, and this is where we're going to kind of build the machine around. So let's go ahead and place the blocks that are going to be actually suffocating the mobs. I've got them indicated with these bricks right here, and then let's just build up using regular blocks all around it so that we've got a little chamber for them to be standing in as long as it's too high above the hoppers. And then we're going to put our 2 fence above it right here, so now the mobs won't be able to get out. Now next thing we're going to do is put in our sticky pistons and just have them facing out just like that, so that when they're extended, they're going to be filling up the air above the hopper and suffocating the mobs that are inside. Now go ahead and place a block next to where the chest is, and you can also, I like to use a crafting bench right here, or maybe a furnace, whatever is kind of convenient for you, and then use your stairs and put them just like that there, and just like that there. And so what that's going to let us do is hit the mobs that are inside after the mob crusher has got them down to 1 HP. So now that we've got that done, we need to wire up our Ethos clock. So let's kind of get our redstone items here. All right, so I like to kind of create a little base with my building blocks, and then let's go ahead and make our hopper clock. So let's make sure the hoppers are facing into each other, and make sure the hopper is going one back, just like I've got it, just like that there. So go ahead and put two comparators coming out of, or one comparator coming out of each side, just like that, and then going into a block, and then put a piece of redstone on top of each of those blocks. Now we're going to need a sticky piston coming out of each side, so just like that and just like that, and then use a block of redstone, put it on the back hopper, just like I've done here. Now on this side, we're going to wire up our button, and so we're going to put a redstone torch facing just like that, so that this redstone line is lighting up, and it's extending this piston, making sure that this block of redstone is on the back hopper. Now in this back hopper, we're going to place 25 regular blocks, and as long as this is 25 items of an item that stacks to 64, so I usually recommend just regular blocks going in there just like that. And now we're going to need to put a button on the block that the torch is sitting on. So that should be a completed build. So let's just test it out. If we press the button, it's going to extend our pistons, which is going to be suffocating any mob that would be in there. And as soon as it retracts, our mob would be at 1 health, and then we can hit them and they're going to die. And drop their loot onto this hopper and go into this chest, and then we can get their XP. So that does it for the Mob Crusher. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you out. And if you did, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And until I see you guys next time, keep it funky.